So talking about Playing God, the reason I'm bringing it up is because this song doesn't quite seem to be hitting the level of virality that Playing God had. They released the first video. It just crossed 1 million views in 2 weeks. They had the official music video, and then they had the like kind of jam along video, which I think is the best version. The song itself on Spotify is just over 1 million. Again, these are good numbers, but I remember when Playing God came out, like that song was like exploding. Like that song like exploded. It was huge. Like people were talking, like that sent like shockwaves throughout guitar community, especially seeing Tim play it all the way through in one take. I mean, there's a reason why Tim's playthrough of Playing God has 30 million or almost 30 million views, right? It's because that is an insane composition. And yeah, like that song made waves. I don't see this song doing that. And I was trying to kind of figure out, well, what happened here? Like what's going on? Because it just doesn't seem to quite be catching on. Like it's not, when they were doing the live stream, they were talking about how they wanted it to hit the YouTube music algorithm, and I just don't think it hit. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about like why that might have happened, just because I think it's interesting. So the first thing is I think it is like genuinely a huge problem with it being the lead single for the album not having real bass or drums. It's like it doesn't feel like a real single. Like it doesn't, like I don't feel like it's the real song yet. I think people who listen to Polyphia are interested in watching these instruments get kind of pushed to their creative limit, and that includes bass and drums. And so we want to hear, what does Clay Gober come up with? What does Clay on the drums come up with? They're very creative, and we want to hear that. So it, like, that's kind of what I'm saying, is it doesn't quite feel like the real first single because 2 of the members aren't on it. So I think that does play a small role. I don't think that that's insignificant, right? I think that it's very much a decision it's a bizarre decision. And for Polyphia fans, it's kind of like, okay, this is cool, but we want to hear the full band, right? And we know that they can play the parts because they did the jam session. And honestly, if you go through the comments on the jam session, everyone's just like, can you make this the actual track? Can you make this the actual track? Can you do this for real? And I think that's totally valid. I think the jam session version sounds better. Like the song just sounds better with real drums and bass. So I just don't know why they did that. It's very strange. I think the next thing, sorry, I'm like losing my voice. I've been talking for almost 2 hours now. Holy shit. I didn't think I was going to have enough to talk about with it being an instrumental, but Lord, I just be yapping. I'm just going to keep the water right here. Okay. The next thing, I think one of the things that made Playing God so huge was the tangibility of it. It's the fact that Tim could sit there with his nylon string, 6-string acoustic guitar and do a full playthrough. And this song, well, first off, it's played on a 7-string, but the production is unbelievable. But it's almost too unbelievable, right? It's like this song almost feels more like a masterclass a masterclass in impressive production rather than a masterclass in impressive composition. Now, don't get me wrong, compositionally it's incredible, and I can guarantee you, I can read the tabs and I can play a lot of these songs that they have. This song is difficult as shit to play. This is an extremely difficult song to play, especially the second half. But it's just going to be a little bit tricky for like a bedroom guitarist to pull this off and make it sound like the song and be able to play with the song, just because of how over the top the production is. You could say maybe this is like an RJ Payson thing, but regardless of who it is, I if a guitarist doesn't have a 7-string, they're immediately excluded from being able to play this song. And But regardless of whether someone can cover the song or not, again, I think there's just something really valuable about that tangibility. Like, okay, this is, Playing God was just played on the instruments. Sure, there were production elements to it, but when people, it's very fun to line up, Clay, Tim, and Scott's different playthroughs and combine them into one video and hear how the 4 instruments make up the song, and that's the song. Whereas this song is so insane with the production, it doesn't feel like that's something that you can do. I think that kind of affects that virality with it being an instrumental song. So I think those are like my 2 theories about it. I mean, you could also just say that maybe the Tim Henson hype train has slowed down a little bit. I don't think so. I think people are very much tuned into what Tim's doing. But again, this isn't to say that the song's bad or anything like that, or that it won't blow up further. I mean, again, 1 million streams in 2 weeks is solid. It's fucking solid. It's good numbers. So I'm not talking bad about it, but I do think it's just, I have my eye on it, and I'm curious how far it's going to go, right? I mean, Playing God, the music video has 50 million views. Tim's playthrough of Playing God has 30 million. And if after, 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, this song is only at 1 million, I just don't know how it could get to those numbers. I'm not saying that's good or bad or anything like that. It's just something that I'm observing. Maybe, if you have thoughts on it, leave a comment, subscribe, like, all that shit, but I just thought it was something worth pointing out. It feels like there were just some strange decisions made with this song. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud at this point. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say about it. I do think this song is going to sound way better than Playing God live. So there's that. That's going to be kick-ass. Maybe it's one of those things where once they start playing shows and they play the song live, people are going to be like, what the fuck was that song? But anyway, so that's it. We did it. We made it through the episode. Holy shit.